Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to this week's serving of Mickey Waffles, a Disney podcast where we cover everything from parks, movies, and merchandise. My name's Sinead.
My name's Kate. Hi guys, how's it going? Guys, it's like our last one of the year, and I'm on WhatsApp.
Yeah, so for context, we normally record via Zoom, and we even upgraded this year we had to upgrade to Zoom this year. That was the first change that we had to make. Jesus, that was only this year, Kate. What a feckin' time.
Remember when I used to sit in your living room and we could see each other face to face?
Do you remember? And we'd have dinner and watch the Diz beforehand.
Yeah.
What a weird time.
We'd share the same air.
We'd share the same microphone.
True. Oh my god, think about how unsanitary that is.
Oh dear. So we had to change from that to Zoom, and then Kate got a microphone, and then we stopped recording on Zoom so we could record, get that crisp, clean audio we've had for the last few weeks. But we still would join via Zoom, so we could hear each other talk and see each other, so we weren't completely talking over each other. But Zoom has failed us on our very last hurdle of 2020, and I'm annoyed.
There's the biggest fucking lag available. It's I was hi Sinead, hi Kate. There was a good 3 seconds of Sinead still listening to what I was saying, so that would have been an absolute fucking mare to have to edit those two separate audio files. Yeah, so we're now on a WhatsApp call.
Yeah, I can see. I have a very flattering angle of KP. It's lovely.
Yeah, I would put you up somewhere, but because my headphone jack is underneath the bottom, it's never going to stand up. So I have you neatly propped between my keyboard and my laptop.
Oh, nice.
It's the best you're getting. Yeah,
it's fun. So how's your week been?
Yeah, it's been fine. Honestly, I'm sure for a lot of people, some weeks just drag by, but lately, this past month, my weeks have just come and gone, and I've not really noticed. I'm oh my god, it's Monday again.
How are we halfway through December? How is that a thing?
It's the 15th of December. One of Ed's friends, and there's no way he listens to this, so we're absolutely fine. One of Ed's friends asked him for some advice on board games. And Ed was oh yeah, of course, blah, blah, blah. He was why? Who are you shopping for? And he was oh, pretty much everyone. I haven't started my Christmas shopping yet. I was it's the 15th of December in a pandemic. Are you fucking crazy? He was yeah, I didn't realize how late it had gotten, and now I need to buy things.
Sure. Last night, so we'll get on to explaining what we were doing last night. But when we were chatting to the guys from Theme Park Trader, and Dan was oh yeah, well there might be another announcement before the end of the year, and we we're mate, do you know how little time is left in 2020? No.
It's it's a Christmas miracle. They're going to announce something on Christmas Day.
God. Imagine.
So, yeah, my week's been fine. Again, nothing overly exciting, just sort of getting through, trying to get through to that Christmas period where for the first time in my life as an adult, I'm going to have that 23rd to the 4th of January time period off. So I don't know what I'm actually going to do with myself. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to get to that point where I have to worry about literally nothing.
The only thing you have to worry about is trying to remember what day it is.
Yeah, and I'm but do you know what? I've had a lot of that this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of looking forward to that. We've got our tree up. The house is as decorated as it's going to get. We've bought presents for the lads next door. Everything's coming together. We have to buy...
Nice.
We have to buy... not a selection box. What are the tins called?
Just tins of sweets?
Yeah, we have to buy tins of sweets for this postman because bless his heart, he's delivered a lot of crap to us, and we live in a very convoluted area. It's just convoluted to get to us. So we need to buy him a nice little thing of sweets. But we think there's only one more delivery planned for him to actually ring the doorbell rather than just put letters in the post box. So we have to make sure we get that for that delivery. Because otherwise we won't see him again. Which should hopefully
be this week.
Yes, hopefully. I'm thinking Thursday.
Yeah. Which is exciting times. The other half of our Shop Disney US order.
Oh yes, because the first half arrived today. Woo! Sadly, it was just sadly for Sinead, but good for me. It was my green Christmas spirit jersey and Sam's decoration. So annoyingly, our plan was that we were going to order the Shop Disney order together and split the address pal fee to save, but they ended up sending it in 2 separate packages because they came from 2 different parts of America, and so we ended up paying €16 each anyway.
Yeah.
But so
It
far,
is what it is.
so far, no customs on this package, and this package had a value of like $80 altogether, a little over $80.
Yeah. I know I mentioned before that I had placed an order on the Cakeworthy website, and I was able to pick that up last week. I did have to pay customs. I had like a €35 customs fee. Now my order was like $130, I want to say. So I'm concerned that the second package is going to have it because it has 2 Spirit jerseys and that shirt.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
So
we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I don't think it's going to come tomorrow because it's not through customs yet. Even though they are working to the fucking, what's the phrase? Working to the bone? Tooth and nail?
Yeah.
Working tooth and nail? Is that a phrase?
I just would have said to the max.
Yeah, they're working to the max. Yeah. And like, because all my postal updates from On Post Tracking are like 1 a.m., 6 a.m. Stuff's being posted at like 10 p.m. getting ready for delivery. And I'm like, whoa, you lads are really going at it. So we'll see. I doubt it'll be tomorrow at this stage if it hasn't left customs yet. So it'll probably be Thursday, but that's fine. That gives me time to go get cash.
Fair.
How's your week been?
My week's been fine. I feel like I haven't really done a whole lot, which is, do you know what? Completely fine. We went and got our Christmas tree on Saturday, and lads,
it was a Christmas miracle.
I thought we had only gone to one place. My folks had actually gone to a place on the Wednesday, so technically they still went to multiple places. However, it only took about 10 minutes to get a tree. That, lads, this is unheard of.
I can't believe they found one so quickly.
Honestly, usually it's around 5 to 6 places that they go looking for trees. But also, if anyone on this follows like me on Instagram, this tree is a fucking beast. Like, it is mammoth. We have never had a tree this big. Like, she is a fucking beast of a thing. She takes over the whole room.
Loved getting the update photos of her being in the left-hand corner, in the right-hand corner, back in the left-hand corner, the entire sitting room literally upside down to fit her in.
Yeah, she's mammoth. I'd say this tree is at least like 5 foot wide.
Wow. She's
big.
As tall as my tree.
Yeah, she big. She hefty. she chunky. So that took up a lot of the weekend. And then it's just closing off things with work now. Friday is the day that this is released is my second last day. It's my last like proper working day. I'm working Tuesday, but Tuesday I'll be a clear everything out of the inbox. Remember to actually put my out of office on. Bitty kind of day. It'll be very relaxed. It'll be fine. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm gonna get my nails done on Saturday.
Ooh, I'm getting my haircut on Saturday.
Ooh.
We're both going to look so fancy.
We'll all be so beautiful. It'll be so beautiful for Christmas. But yeah, no, I feel I've a couple last minute bits to get, but I'm going to get them on Saturday before I go and get my nails done. And then I should be done.
Great.
I think.
I still have everything. Sorry, go on.
I need to wrap stuff before Saturday.
I was about to say I have everything, but the only thing I've wrapped are things that we had to post to people because they are now in the post.
Yeah, the only things I've wrapped were presents that I had to post. But I'm also like I'm getting long nails put on Saturday. Oh. So I'm kind of like I probably do, like I can't wrap presents at the best of times. Like wrapping is not my forte.
Same.
And I can only imagine the utter shit show of me trying to wrap presents with like claws. So I probably need to do that Friday evening when I finish work, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be the most conducive thing to having any way of wrapping anything. But here we are.
You're just going to get frustrated with yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, basically. But that's okay. The festive period is approaching.
Jingle jangle. So yeah, if there's nothing else to say, I suppose we should get on with the news. So, Hope you guys are ready. All we're going to talk about is Investor Day announcement for Disney Plus. That's all we're talking about. That's all,
lads.
That's all we got this week.
I typed all of this out. Every one of the announcements, unless they're like, except for like the boring announcements about like ESPN and like some National Geographic shows, because I didn't really care.
Who gives a
There's
shit about
like
this?
70-ish things. This is going to take some time.
Yeah, so this is all we're talking about today, and then we're going to hop out of here and see you in 2 weeks. So good luck and goodbye. Let's start with the first one that Sinead's written down, which is Marvel. So first off, we have WandaVision on Disney Plus on January 15th. Excellent. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which starts streaming on March 19th. Amazing.
Beautiful.
Black Widow will release on May 7th. And Loki will begin
Is she
streaming...
going in...
Oh, sorry, go on.
Is Black Widow going into theatres in May?
I think they are playing it by ear. I don't think they know what's happening.
Okay, fair.
I would imagine they hope to put her in theaters, because the reason she wasn't released this year was because they couldn't put her in theaters. But I wonder if they get to May and there's still not enough people going to physical theaters and cinemas.
Yeah.
Will they do what they're doing for Raya and put her in both? And then Loki will begin streaming on May 2021. As you can see, lads, nice little domino effect they've got going there.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm really excited for all of these TV shows, because if they're even like half as good as The Mandalorian's been, I'm bloody buzzing.
Yeah. They just need to be not shit, kind of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, I get that we live in an age now where everybody is so keen to be able to watch an entire series in 5 seconds. I have to say, with the shit show that has been 2020, I have very much enjoyed having like a new episode of Animal Kingdom at the weekend and a new episode of The Mandalorian at the weekend, where you can just like sit and chill with a cup of coffee, and it's like a thing to look forward to every week, because there's been fuck all to look forward to every week.
It is weird. It is weird to think about that. Like, it used to be, if you want to watch a show, it was on Thursdays, every Thursday at 7:00, and that was the only way to watch it. And then online streaming services came on, and they were like, everyone wants everything now. And now Disney Plus are reeling it back to, let's do it once a week. Keep them on edge. And you're like, do you know what, Disney? Fair.
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest. I'm a big fan.
Then we have animated What If series, which will feature the voices of some of your favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe superheroes. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings has just wrapped in Australia, which will be released in theaters on July 9th. I suppose COVID pending. Ms. Marvel, Feige announced that Iman Vellani has been named as Kamala Khan. Brie Larson will reprise her role in the forthcoming Captain Marvel 2. Is that what it's called? Is it just called Captain Marvel 2?
I don't know. That's what the article I read said.
Because I've seen like a logo that's just Captain Marvel 2. And I'm like,
Electric Boogaloo.
The Eternals will have its theatrical release on November 5th. I'm kind of excited for The Eternals, I'm not going to lie. Jeremy Renner will return to the role of Hawkeye in the character's upcoming series. He'll also have a hearing aid, and there'll also be a deaf character, just saying.
Also, can we just have a minute for how goddamn attractive Jeremy Renner is?
Indeed.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about?
She-Hulk, played by Tatiana Maslany, and Tim Roth will reprise his role as the Abomination, also featuring Mark Ruffalo. The Moon Knight series will be directed by Mohamed Diab and will be an Indiana Jones type of adventure about a complex vigilante. Wow, that was great to read. A Secret Invasion original series in which the Skrulls have invaded Earth at entry level is being developed, including Nick Fury. That actually sounds very exciting. Ironheart, a series that focuses on the invention of an advanced suit of armor, will star Dominique Thorne as inventor Riri Williams. Armor Wars, Tony Stark's worst fears are coming true as his inventions fall into the wrong hands. Don Cheadle will appear as War Machine.
I love Don Cheadle.
Yeah, me too.
What a good egg.
Yeah, I agree. Christmas 2022 will see a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special shot during the production of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
While we're on Guardians of the Galaxy,
I'll hold.
I saw our pals Ben and Mikey posting on the Once Upon a Screen page that seemingly the creators of Guardians of the Galaxy have come out and confirmed that Chris Pratt's character, that I cannot for the life of me remember his name. What the hell? Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Peter Quill is seemingly bi.
Okay.
Don't know if that's going to be like a prevalent storyline in Volume 3. I don't know. But we like to see some diversity.
But sometimes I feel like they just throw these things out there just to be like, we're different.
Oh, 1,000%. Oh, 1,000%. But still.
Then continuing on the Guardians of the Galaxy train, I Am Groot, an upcoming series of shorts featuring the lovable Baby Groot. See how if that's like Forky asks a question. Shooting on Thor: Love and Thunder will begin in January 2021 and will feature Christian Bale as Gore, the God of Butcher. The God of Butcher? No, the God Butcher. The next Ant-Man movie will be Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which
I love that name.
Quantumania.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I hope they make a cool T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
like it sounds like a musical festival. Quantumania 2020 cancelled.
Brilliant.
To honour the life and legacy of Chadwick Boseman, the role of T'Challa will not be recast for the release in July 8th, 2022. What do you think about not recasting T'Challa?
I think it makes sense. I think they could have done the like shoehorny thing that they've done in movies previously. Like obviously in Rise of Skywalker, they just kind of amalgamated extra scenes that Carrie Fisher had already filmed to kind of include her in the series. And with that, I kind of understood it. Like her daughter was in the production anyways, and anybody that had spent 5 seconds listening to Carrie Hope. I was about to say Carrie Hope Fletcher.
Carrie Hope Fletcher? I think not.
She's still well and truly alive. But like Carrie Fisher lived and breathed Star Wars, so you would know that she would want to have finished out that series.
Yeah.
Whereas I think because the death of Chadwick Boseman was such a shock, and I think it makes more sense to retire that particular character rather than try and shoehorn him in and amalgamate scenes. And I think it's a better way of doing it. Obviously they will keep the Black Panther running, and I think it is great to keep that kind of legacy of that particular character. But I think the character of T'Challa, I think it makes sense to kind of leave that to Chadwick Boseman.
Fair.
What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think as long as they keep Black Panther running with a strong black lead, whether it be male or female, I think that's 100%. What's really important.
Absolutely.
Of course, like you want to respect Chadwick Boseman and everything he did for the movie, for the character, for the name, for
1,000%.
young black males in America who are just being like dragged into gangs and stuff. So as long as they keep Black Panther running,
yeah, 100%.
I think that's what's most important.
Yeah, fair.
And then finally, a Fantastic Four feature film is now being worked on by director John Watts. God, see another fucking Fantastic Four reboot. Jesus Christ. So many, and they just get worse and worse as the reboots go on. So yeah, that's everything from Marvel that's coming on to Disney Plus.
What are you most excited for? If you had to pick like 3 things for out of that mammoth list,
oh sorry,
what
that's
are you
also
most excited for?
It's not all Disney Plus. There's like feature films in there as well. I have to say I'm obviously excited for WandaVision and like the first 3, like WandaVision, the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, and Loki. They're obviously all big hitters, but excluding those ones, I'm quite excited for the Hawkeye series.
Agreed.
Because in, like I mentioned, in the Hawkeye series, they take on his comic book role of him being half deaf and needing a hearing aid. And I'm pretty sure Ed said there's a fully deaf character in there as well. And I just get really excited when there's like inclusion and diversity in other ways. Like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago in the Spider-Man Miles Morales new PS5 game, there's a deaf character in it. And Miles Morales knows conversational ASL. And I'm just like, yeah.
Amazing.
Why not? They exist in the real world. Why not put them in TV and stuff? So, and also, I am intrigued to see Hawkeye in a more, like, focused storyline. Because I feel like, apart from the end of the MCU, he was more of a pushed-aside character of, like, oh, that guy shoots arrows, wow.
Yeah.
And it was only at the end was he like, oh, this character's actually kind of cool.
Agreed.
What about you?
I'm really excited for Miss Marvel. I haven't watched the full kind of trailer. I've only seen bits of it, but yeah, I think it'll be really great. Again, to see that bit more diversity. I'm excited. There's so many like female-driven storylines that are going into the MCU now that I'm just like, yes. So I'm real excited for Miss Marvel and also She-Hulk.
Yay for diversity! Woo!
Woohoo! We're here for it.
Stop firing people.
Right. I'm going to jump to the Disney Plus ones because there are certain ones in here that I'm absolutely bloody buzzing for. So we'll come back to the volume of Star Wars in a minute.
Star Wars.
Not technically related to Star Wars, but it's Lucasfilm related. So there's going to be a Willow series coming to Disney Plus, which will have Warwick Davis reprising his role. So this is going to begin production in March in Wales. Obviously, I would imagine kind of COVID dependent, but it should debut on Disney Plus in 2022.
I hate Warwick Davis.
Kate!
I can't stand him.
Why?
Because all of like the behind the scenes things I've ever watched of him, he just really gets on my nerves. I'm just like, yeah, I get it.
Go.
I get it. You're excited. I don't know. He sometimes just gives me bad vibes and I'm like, oh, go away.
Fair.
I just don't. Fair. I don't vibe with him. I think I vibe with his characters. But I just don't think I vibe with Warwick Davis.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how many opportunities you're going to have to vibe with him directly, so I'm sure it's fine.
We be vibing.
Oh, dear. As Kate kind of has already mentioned, so Raya and the Last Dragon will be set for a same-day release in both theatres and on Disney Plus Premier Access from March 5th, 2021, which I think will be really interesting. And I think this is potentially the way that Disney might carry on things. Doing both at the same time. Which
sorry, go on.
Makes sense. I think it makes sense.
I think it's mostly COVID related. I feel like if COVID hadn't happened, this wouldn't be a thing that they were doing.
Oh, 100%.
Will you go see it in the cinema or will you buy it on Premier Access?
I don't know, to be perfectly honest.
You're probably going to watch it, like.
Yeah, like I will watch it. Although, I mean, Mulan's been live on thing and I still haven't watched that. And to be honest, I probably won't bother.
Same, but this is different.
Yeah, like Soul, I'm planning to like watch Christmas night. Like I want to sit down with a drink and watch Soul.
Cute.
But yeah, I don't know. I suppose I'll kind of see closer to the time how like hyped I am for it, I guess.
Do you think they're gonna charge the same amount for Premier Access as they did for Mulan? Or do you think they're gonna review their pay scale?
Ooh, I don't know. How much was Mulan again?
€30. It was €30. I'm pretty sure it was €30.
See, for just me, that's not worth it.
That's
because like even if I was to go and see a movie in the Stella for just me, it wouldn't even cost me €30. And for people that are outside of Dublin, the Stella is like a super like bougie boutique-y cinema, which is like the most expensive place you can see a movie in Dublin. It's beautiful, bushy pricey. So like 30 quid just for me, it wouldn't really be worth it. Now if I had like kids and stuff and I was apprehensive about whether I wanted to A, bring them to the cinema and B, pay for them to see a movie that they might not sit down and watch all together, 30 quid is happy days by the time you'd factor in parking, tickets, suites and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, how about you?
I mean, yeah, like I'm happy to go to the cinema. Well, I'm only happy to go to one cinema. I will only go to the Lighthouse because
fair,
I trust them. So yeah, if we're in a situation that we're kind of in now, which at the moment still isn't a great one, I'll go to the cinema because the idea is that when we go to cinema now, we go to the cinema and then we come home and that's it. We don't diverge off the track. So yeah, if the cinema's open, we'll probably go to the cinema because I just, we just like going to cinema and I prefer to pay that much money to see it in the cinema and get nice seats and, get out of the house rather than spending 30 quid to watch it on the TV that we watch everything else on.
That makes sense. But speaking of paying for things and things you can watch, so we had more information come out around Star. I really tried to like elbow in that segue.
Pay money. So
we had more information come out about Disney Star or Disney Plus Star. So it's going to launch on February 23rd, which I find interesting because that's just before most people's Disney Plus contracts are up in Europe anyways, which is interesting.
It's like they thought about that.
I know. So it launches on February 23rd and it will include content from ABC, FX, Freeform, Searchlight and 20th Century Studios. There is going to be a price increase. So they've said is it's going to be €8.99 per month, or I think €89.90 if you want to do the year's subscription. And then it literally just says, and the equivalent in the relevant in other relevant areas. And I'm just like, lazy.
Yeah.
But it'll be good. So it means like more kind of quote unquote adult content will also be available on Disney Plus that falls now in under the Walt Disney Company umbrella. So the likes of Alien, American Horror Story, Family Guy, like loads more content is going to be available to it. And I'm here. Yeah.
See, my thing is though, like a lot of those things you can get on Netflix. So now I'm kind of like, oh, do I need Netflix?
Am I going to need Netflix? To be fair, I've already been like thinking, and I think I mentioned this the other day in our like group chat, that I have already been kind of considering canning Netflix because I couldn't tell you the last time I watched something on Netflix.
Yeah, see, the problem is with Netflix, sometimes they just get those really good series. Like I watched Dash and Lily in a day, but like I love the fact that I got to watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe we need to pool Netflix accounts.
In saying that, I don't pay for my Netflix.
Oh, see, I
my
pay for
mom
mine.
does, and I pay for the Disney Plus, and everyone gets access to my Disney Plus. So,
yeah, see, I pay for everything.
Do you want to log into my family Netflix?
Maybe. Hey, Privets.
I'll give you Ed's. Ed's only has 2 accounts on it. That's probably better.
He won't mind. That's fine. So there was kind of a conversation going on within the group chat again this week around, are people going to renew their Disney Plus contract? Are you happy with the price increase given the extra content? Where's your mindset on it? I'm 1,000%. I would be keeping mine anyways, purely for the podcast.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like, it's an extra, like, it should have been, if you didn't get the early bird, what was it, €80 for the year?
It was $69.90.
So without the early bird?
The one that we each paid $59.99.
Okay, so it was 70, and now it's gone up to 90.
Yeah, so it's an extra 20 quid.
So I can't do maths. What's that? Less than €2 extra every month. Yeah. Fuck it. Who cares? Like, yeah. I'm sure I'll watch something on it one time. I'm not going to notice that extra €1.75 that I didn't pay last year, because I'm gonna pay it all in one go because it's just the easiest way to do it. Like, I don't plan on cancelling it mid-year, especially now knowing how much content is coming.
Honestly,
it's like I don't care. It's fine.
There's so much stuff announced. I'm kind of like, yeah, you can increase it, whatever. But they did also announce that they, as of when they did the investor meeting, they had 86.8 million subscribers to Disney Plus.
Isn't that wild?
Mad. It's only been around about a year now, so it's a bit bananas.
If only they had that many cast members.
Oh dear. One thing that got announced today, and I for the life of me don't know if this got announced during the investors meeting, but I saw it online today and it gave me such untold joy. But all 4 seasons of Dinosaurs, the TV show from the 90s, is going on to Disney Plus in January, and I am buzzing.
I never watched that.
Okay, it's so good. Me and my brother had the toys when we were kids. I'm obsessed with the show.
I think I
it's
know
a
what
Henson
you're talking
thing.
about.
It's a Henson thing. You'll like it.
Yeah, I will.
So,
I'll watch it.
Then we've had various series announced. So there's going to be a live action Peter Pan and Wendy coming to Disney Plus that will star Yara Shahidi. I think I've said that right. I probably haven't. And
That
Jude
seems
Law.
right.
I, for the life of me, don't know how to pronounce this next show. Do you have any ideas? Iwaju? I don't know. There's fathers on them, and I don't know what way fathers work in
I
other
don't think they're fathers
languages.
if it's in what I think is
Oh no, I know,
Afrikaans.
but that's just yeah. But it's a science fiction series which is set in Nigeria, and that will be going to Disney Plus in 2022. They're also adopting the Swiss Family Robinson into a Disney Plus original series, which is going to come out in 2021. There is the Keenan Lowe project, which is inspired by a true story of a high school coach who stopped a school shooting. And it's going to be a Disney Plus original film, which is produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Wow.
What a man. I know, right? There's some TV show about a guy called Chris Paul who's part of the NBA. I don't know.
Ugh.
Why not? Do you remember that movie Cheaper by the Dozen that had Hilary Duff in it? I went to go see that in Greystone Cinema. That'll tell you how long.
Wow.
A deep cut. But they are rebooting Cheaper by the Dozen, but it's going to be a more culturally diverse family. And that'll be coming out in 2022 to Disney Plus.
And my question is, just make new content that's culturally diverse. It's fine. Like, well, it's not fine, but like, it's fine. You made that years ago. Like, Hollywood and like social opinion was different. Movements have happened. People have like society's changed. Opinions have changed. That's fine.
I think it's kind of like what they did with The Parent Trap. Do you know what I mean? They just kind of like rehashed it.
I'm just like, but like, I'd prefer you thought of new things.
Oh no, I'm well aware. And any of the next announcements that I have, none of it's new. None of it is new. So just buckle up, folks. Then we also have a Diary of the Wimpy Kid animated series coming in 2021. The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, which is a new spin-off coming in 2022. My dad is going to be outrageously excited because he fucking loves Ice Age. Have no idea why, but my dad just he owns all of the DVDs.
We're talking about Ice Age, the animated movie, right?
Yeah, which after spending years as a fucking cast member telling people Ice Age isn't Disney, to then it going on to Disney Plus, I feel very invalidated.
The same thing's happened with Anastasia.
I know. Night
Sacrilege
in the
everywhere.
Museum is getting rebooted, but it's going to be animated this time, which I'm very intrigued about. And that's coming 2022. Then the announcement that I'm probably the most excited for, Hocus Pocus 2 is coming to Disney Plus. We have no idea when, but there was a logo. And Adam Shankman is directing it. I can't remember what this man has done, but I was listening to the latest episode of Once Upon a Scream, and Ben and Mikey were very excited about it. So I'm like, okay, well, if they're excited for it, then I should probably be excited about it as well. I feel like it's in safe hands. And Adam Shankman is also going to be directing the sequel to Enchanted, which is called Disenchanted.
I'm very excited for that. I love Enchanted. What a gas movie. And Amy Adams.
Yeah. And I believe she is returning. I'm assuming that the three Sandy sisters are coming back, and I can only assume that Bette Midler was allowed to do that ridiculous thing that she did on Halloween purely because Disney were just like, yeah, but you'll do Hocus Pocus 2, right? And she's just like, yeah, just let me raise money for my charity. I'm assuming they had a thing.
I'm surprised they got Amy Adams back for Disenchanted, because she wouldn't sign away her likeness for there to be her in the park. So I always thought there was a bit of a rift between her and Disney after that happened. But obviously not enough, because she's back for her sequel.
Yeah. Speaking of back for their sequel, we were only talking about Sister Act a few weeks ago, but Sister Act 3 is happening and Whoopi's coming back.
Again, another actress who had bad beef with Disney and yet has returned for another movie.
Yeah, but she did that like decorating Christmas thing for the park. So they were probably like, hey, Whoopi, do you want the whole of the Grand Californian to visit at Christmas? And she's just like, not Grand Californian, Grand Floridian. And she's like, yeah, sure. So who knows? And then there are a rake load of series that are inspired by movies from the last few years. So there's a Baymax series coming in 2022. Zootopia Plus, which is coming in spring 2022. Tiana's getting a series in 2023, which I'm very excited about. And then there's also Moana, the series, which is also coming in 2023, which is intriguing. Then there's a new hybrid live action animated movie based on the beloved animated series of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, which I can't fucking wait.
Starring why have
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Why have both of their names left my head? Andy Samberg.
Yes.
And
I don't know the other guy's name.
That Macaulay comedian guy. He's got so many things on Netflix. Why can't I remember his name? It's fine, don't worry about it. You all know who I'm talking about. He's got loads of comedy shows on Netflix, and he's just so dry. It's going to be so funny.
I'm real excited to see that. I think it's going to be great. Plus, I love Rescue Rangers. Like, what a show.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
And something that I have, because like there have been trailers for some of these things, but something that I have watched the trailers for is this new Mighty Ducks show. So it's the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Is a new series which will be coming to Disney Plus. Has Lorelai from Gilmore Girls in it. Love when she plays the mom.
Yeah.
Has the OG speech from the Mighty Ducks as well, and it has my favourite line. It's a kid that is like, oh, I'm going to go join this hockey team, but I'm probably going to be really shit. And he was like, yeah, I more have a body for podcasting. And I was like, same, bro. Same. But this show looks so freaking good. I'm so excited for this. I love the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Mr. Bombay back in action.
What a man. So yeah, that's all the Disney Plus stuff that's not Pixar, Marvel, or Star Wars. That's just mostly Disney. It's overwhelming.
True that, it is overwhelming. Moving on, Star Wars.
Yes.
No time for a breath, ladies and gentlemen. So, the 2 brand new series will be entitled Rangers of the New Republic and Ashoka. Christmas 2021, directed by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. At the end of every episode of The Mandalorian, when Dave Filoni's name comes up, I'm like, yo, Filoni! It's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh God, you're like Craig. You ever listen to Craig on This or That whenever he mentions Mickey Waffles and he turns into like a New York gangster because he's just decided that the like person equivalent of our podcast is a gangster from the 1920s. It's hilarious.
I just love saying Filoni. Diego Luna will reprise his role as Cassian Andor in the upcoming Disney Plus series Star Wars Andor. The series is set to release in 2022. Hayden Christensen will return as Darth Vader in Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi. Production on the series begins in March 2021.
A lot of people are unsure about whether they're down for Hayden Christensen to come back as Darth Vader or not.
Justin Simeon, creator of Dear White People, is developing a limited run series based on Lando Calrissian. Ed's fucking buzzing with that one. The Alkalite will highlight the final days of the High Republic era. A Droid Story, a series featuring the lovable R2-D2 and C-3PO, is also in development. Again, is it just Forky asks a question, but with different IP? Taika Waititi, love, is currently writing a new Star Wars feature film. Kennedy described the new adventures as fresh, unexpected, and unique. Exactly how I'd describe Taika Waititi.
Yeah. I hope he does something. Like, I hope he does something fun. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
I feel like they've made. Go ahead.
No, I can't remember the name. Go on, you keep talking.
I was just gonna say, I feel like Star Wars has gone down a very like serious route with the like movies, and I'm just kind of like, I'd be down for something a bit fun. Do you know what I mean? Because like, yes, The Mandalorian has like its serious moments, but there's a lot of fun in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
My only concern would be, I hope he doesn't go down a like very like Marvel-y route, because there were certain moments in the last kind of like trilogy that it did feel quite Marvel-esque. It wasn't like very Star Wars-y. But I think that's why everybody is so like obsessed with The Mandalorian, because it feels very Star Wars. So I hope he kind of makes it feel Star Wars-y.
Did you?
I'm making like demon hands, but no one can see.
I don't know what she means by that. I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, Star Warsy. Did you ever watch the most recent movie he did, the Hitler movie? I can't for the life of me remember what it's called.
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The one with the kid, and it's got
Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit. Thank you. My brain was completely blocked, and it's got your one Black Widow in it as well.
No, I haven't watched it.
You should. It's hilarious. I'd like for him to take that because that is hilarious and scarily serious at the same time.
Okay.
And I think I'd quite like him to take that kind of approach, maybe. I think that might be interesting, but then also keep the Star Wars vibe, which I think he could definitely do. Obviously, through his work on Mandalorian, he knows what they're going for.
Yeah.
And then finally, Star Wars feature film Rogue Squadron will be directed by Patty Jenkins. The film is set to release in theaters Christmas 2023. What do you think about Patty Jenkins making a fighter pilot movie about Star Wars?
I don't know if I have strong opinions about it, to be honest.
I think if it's so Disney that they couldn't just make a cool like fighter pilot movie. They had to shove in IP. They had to be like, no, get Star Wars in there.
Yeah, true, actually, fair.
Because it's based on like some family story, or like it's based on a story, and of
Okay.
like something. And it's like, why didn't they just find like an untold story of some fighter pilot or like based on something? Like they just fucking shoehorn Star Wars in for fucking no reason just because they could. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel that too.
That's Disney for you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's everything for Star Wars.
Many, many. Many, many. Right. Should we go to Pixar?
Yeah, because my battery's dying on my phone, so let's keep going.
Woohoo! Right, so Pixar Popcorn will be streaming in January 2021, so it's coming very soon. And it's a new collection of mini shorts featuring fan favourite Pixar characters in bite-sized stories.
Get it? Because it's called Pixar Popcorn! Ah!
Very cute. We've also got another short series called Doug Days, which will be streaming in fall 2021, and it's all about his life with Carl Fredricksen, and I'm so here for it.
Are people gonna cry? Maybe.
Oh, probably. There's a new Cars short that's going to be streaming in fall 2022, or is it's Cars series, not a short. My bad. And then there's the other series called Win or Lose, which will be streaming in 2023. That'll be interessante. Then we have Luca, which is scheduled to dive into theaters in June 2021.
If anyone's seen the trailer, they dive off of cliffs.
There you go. There you go. It's from the guy that created La Luna, and I love La Luna. So I'm super excited to see this. I think it'll be great.
Me too.
Then 2022, we're getting 2 Pixar movies. One is called Turning Red, which is coming into theaters on March 11th, 2022. And then I think the thing that most people are excited for from Pixar is in June of 2022, we are getting Lightyear, which is touted to be the definitive story of the original Buzz Lightyear, where he's being voiced by the one and only, the beautiful Chris Evans.
Lot of controversy now over the old Chris Evans taking the voiceover. A lot of discussion, a lot of theories as to what's going on. What's the movie going to be about? Did he die?
If you want to hear what some of those theories are, wait to find out what we're releasing on Christmas.
Well, keep your hats on, ladies and gents. So yeah, that's also it for Pixar. I'm just like, there's just so much information. I'm like, why'd you tell it? Like, I know you need everyone to keep their Disney Plus subscriptions, but Jesus, did you have to tell everyone everything at the same time?
Yeah.
Then the last thing that Sinead just put in Disney is Encanto, 60th animated feature coming in 2021, based in Colombia, and has Lin-Manuel Miranda involved, not Little Mermaid, on November 24th in 2021. Yeah. That's a very specific date.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'll obviously kind of move around and whatnot. Seemingly he's helped write some of the music first. Oh, there you go.
He's written some of the music for it.
I think so, yeah.
I should watch Hamilton again.
I was only just thinking that because we were talking about Hamilton yesterday. Again, you'll find out why in a minute.
I haven't watched it in ages.
We got a couple like confirmations of things, and I've only just remembered it now when we mentioned Lin-Manuel Miranda. But so we finally got, obviously the like who's who in The Little Mermaid has been floating around for quite a while.
Get it?
And it was finally
floating.
And the only person that was fully confirmed was Halle Bailey playing Ariel. But we unfortunately finally had it confirmed that Melissa McCarthy is going to be playing Ursula, and I hate it. I hate it so very much.
I just don't care. I'm like, oh, whatever. You're gonna fuck it up, and that's fine. We move on. But Daveed Diggs is in it.
Oh, I'm buzzing for Daveed Diggs. Ending with Daveed Diggs, I'm like, hells yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care for Melissa McCarthy. The only time I've ever cared for Melissa McCarthy is in Gilmore Girls.
Oh yeah.
I love her in Gilmore Girls, and then after that, all of her characters were the fat best friend, and I'm so goofy. And I'm like, fuck off.
And I'm just like, I will never understand. Like, the character art of Ursula is based off the drag queen Divine, and obviously in the 80s, like, the world was a shitty place for people that were drag queens or transgender or whatever you want to, like, the world was a shitty place back then. The world has improved so much now. drag is so fucking mainstream. Like, RuPaul is like pumping out fucking RuPaul's Drag Races like I don't know what at the minute. There was just the date announced for the second series of Drag Race UK, and I'm like, why could they have not? Why could Disney not have gotten a drag queen?
I assume, like, my biggest thing is that, one, they either wanted a bigger name on the ticket, or there was some deal that went down, and there was money and things, and everything was swapped over.
She's just...
I know.
She's not going to be able to be Ursula, and I'm gonna hate it, but it's fine.
I also don't, like, it's pretty obvious, but, like, I'm not a massive Little Mermaid fan. I don't really care for the movie at all. But, like, I can respect the character of Ursula. And
yeah,
I just know she's gonna take it in, like, a funny way that's not funny. Yep. Like, Ursula's, like, a badass bitch kind of funny.
Yes, she is.
And Melissa McCarthy is gonna be the funny.
Yeah, like, Ursula is a badass, like, villain, and she just happens to be larger. Whereas the whole thing that is going to be about her character is like, I'm fat. And it's like, yes, we need to see more, like, body diversity. I am all for that. However, that doesn't mean she needs to be the butt of the joke because she is bigger.
Yeah.
There's going to be one heck of a rant when that comes out.
I just don't think she's gonna live up to the character name. Personally.
No, me neither. Also, can she sing?
Oh, sorry.
Is she going to butcher Poor Unfortunate Souls?
That is a really good question. I don't think I've ever heard her sing.
No.
That doesn't mean she can't. She might do. I've just never heard her in a singing role.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's everything from the Disney Investor Day. Well, that's everything that we've made notes on. There are probably other things that we've missed, but
yeah, but look, lads, it's the end of the year. We're clocking off. We're putting our out of office emails on.
Exactly. And speaking of clocking off, we've kind of mentioned it a couple times. So we mentioned on last week's episode that we were going to be doing a round table discussion type show with some of the other podcasts on the network. We did do that. We recorded that last night. We had a great laugh with the lads. So Christmas Day, there's going to be an episode that'll be just like dropped onto your podcast feeds. Now, we are still taking 2 weeks off.
Oh yeah, well, this is it now. Goodbye.
This will be scheduled long in advance. But so there will be a little mini episode that'll be going into your feeds on Christmas Day. There's also going to be part of that episode that'll be going up on the Disney Parks and Beyond feed. There's also going to be a part of that episode going up on the Theme Park Trader. So it's kind of like a little podcast, a little treasure hunt. You got to go to all 3 feeds to get the full scope of how this ridiculous conversation went.
I have to say, I suggested you go to all 3 because it was a funny time.
Oh, it was a bit of crack. Oh, it was great crack.
And I think the best way to listen to it is the way we recorded it. What way did we record it?
It was Disney Parks and Beyond first.
Yeah.
Then us. Then Theme Park Trader.
Yeah, there you go. Listen to it in that order. Because the jokes then trickle on to each.
Yeah. They make sense. They make sense. So I will be sure to link the podcast feeds for both Disney Parks and Beyond and the Theme Park Trader in the show notes. And as always, there are links to, I mean, I've already mentioned Disney Parks and Beyond. I'm also on that. Kate has the Christmas cracker. I'm like doing weird hand movements. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was just going to say, me and Sam, as we're doing a Christmas podcast, we're not taking the 2 weeks off, but also like, we're fine with that because we record on Sundays and like, who does anything on Sundays anyway? So we're going to still be going, which is fun, but also much less production value, so just FYI. But yeah, we'll still be going. You can find us on our feed over at Christmas Crackers Pod. See you there.
Yeah, but be sure to follow us online. We have gotten very bad at posting on the Mickey Waffles page, but to be honest, lads, I think we're just a bit fatigued at Disney. Yeah. I can't keep looking at old pictures of us going on trips and wanting to post them. So if you want, you could check, if you really want to like know what we're up to, you can check us out on our personal pages if you want. They're linked on the Mickey Waffles Instagram page. Give us a follow.
I also don't post anything on there, but yeah.
I mean, I post the horror movies that I'm watching on my like therapy pet cards, which are
Sinead also posts her cat. I mean, if you want
yeah.
if you want a better Instagram, you should follow Ari and Molly Adventures. That's where I post more than my personal account.
There we go. I'll link all the Instagram accounts in the show notes.
So yeah, thanks so much for listening, guys. If we don't see you before Christmas, as everyone says, have a great Christmas and
Merry Christmas.
a very jolly New Year.
Yeah. Thanks so much for this year, guys, and we shall see you in 2021. Thank God.
Woo woo woo!
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.